Okay, so good day traders. Hope you guys are doing very well. I hope you guys are really just killing it up. So in this video, I'm going to be taking a much more deeper dive into my strategy. Like you guys remember from the last video, by the way, if you've not watched it, you can just go ahead and watch it before you watch this one so you can clearly understand everything. Now, you know, in the last video, I told you guys that we really need to focus on three things, which is finding the trend of the market, finding support and resistance of the market, and finding when to, take a trade in the market. So in the first video, I talked about how you can majorly find out trends in the market, but this time around we're going to be going into how you can get support and resistance, and also how you can know when to take a trade. But I'm going to be giving you guys an added bonus that will really take this to the next level. So I'm sure you really want to watch this video because I packed in a lot of value in this one. Okay, so right here, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a recap. Now, if you remember from the last video, we talked about everything concerning trends. And from what we talked about, we discussed about how to use the 9 and the 25 moving average to go ahead and find entries in the market and also to know about the trend in the market. I have two moving averages on the chart. Now, this first one right here, which is the blue colored one, is the 25 moving average, while this red one right here is the 9 moving average. Now, this moving average actually have two different functions. Now, the 9 moving average is to go ahead and give us our entries in the market, while the 25 moving average is what we use to detect the trend of the market. Now let me show you guys. Now whenever price is above the 25 moving average, this is trying to indicate a trend in the market. It's not necessarily telling you to go ahead and place a buy or to go ahead and place a sell. It's just to tell you, hey, the market is in an uptrend. That is whenever price is above the 25 moving average. Now whenever you see price below the 25 moving average, this is trying to indicate that the market is in a downtrend. It's not necessarily telling you to go ahead and place a sell in the market. It's just telling you that the market is in a downtrend. So what should you be looking for? You should be looking for sells. It's right here that the 9 moving average comes in, because it goes ahead to give you the entries in the market. Now whenever you see price above the 9 moving average, this is trying to tell you to go ahead and buy the market. So it's the 9 moving average that goes ahead and give you that get go that you should go ahead and place a buy or place a sell. Now if you can see right here, price is below the 9 moving average and it's also below the 25 moving average, which is trying to tell you to go ahead and sell the market. Now let's take, for example, we're taking this sell right here. Now the point where we're going to go ahead and close our trade is this area right here. Why? Because price has already gone above the 9 moving average. That means we'll be able to get like how many pips? We'll be able to get 43 pips in the market with that move. Now once price is above the 9 moving average, you want to see whether price will go above the 25 moving average or whether it will still respect it. So this is just like saying 25 moving average, are we still in this downtrend or are we going to be changing? Now as you can see right here, immediately price touched the 25 moving average, we saw the drop that happened. So just as everything, price went below the 9 moving average, which is trying to tell us that we can still go ahead and take this sell. So let's take it that we enter this sell again. Now the next point we're going to be taking our profit is this point right here, because price went above the 9 moving average. Now if you get to calculate that move right there, that's about 48 pips in the market. Now the moving averages is good, but do you know what is better? Adding the moving average together with support and resistance. It's just like a superpower where you know that markets will react at this point and you're just waiting for the moving average to turn and everything, and what you just have left to do is to see price go below the 9 moving average or the 25 for you to actually go ahead and take your entries. Now let's take a deep dive. Now the first question becomes, what is support and resistance? Now the best analogy, or the best way I like to put it, is that I like to take resistance as a ceiling and I like to take support as a floor. So ceiling, floor, whatever building you're in, there is a ceiling, there's a floor, you understand? Now let's say if I were to be with the ball and I drop the ball on the ground, what will happen? The ball will actually bounce back up. Now this is exactly what happens to a support in the market. So let's just say the market is the ball, this is the ball, and price touches the support and it bounces back up. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Let's say resistance is the ceiling. Let me use, for example, if it were to be like a concrete ceiling, you carry a ball and you throw it up, what will happen? The ball will come down, obviously. So that's exactly how price actually react to resistance. So when price goes up, hit the resistance and then it falls down. So this is exactly what support and resistance is in a market. Now since we already have this explained, let's go to the charts. Let's see how this really works. Now in order for you to find support and resistance in the market, you need to open your eyes and find it, because the market won't draw support and resistance for you. Obviously the market will not show you trends in the market, so you just have to go ahead and find it. So now let's use with microscopic eye and let's look for the support and resistance in this market. Now remember what we said, support is that point where price hits and is always bouncing. Now if you check right here in Euro GBP, we can see something like that. Why is price always getting somewhere around here and it's just going back up? Like there's something fishy happening here.
Something fishy going on.
Now just right there, we've already found a support in the market. Now if I go ahead and put this my arrow tool right here, we could see that it's revealing something. So let's go ahead and draw our support right here. So we've drawn in our support and we can see that this right here is really a support, because whenever the market gets to this area it bounces up. Whenever the market gets to this area it bounces up. Same thing and same thing, you understand? So right here we've already found the support of the market, that whenever the market gets here it goes up. Now there's something I really want to explain. Support and resistance is also determined by time frame. Now depending on the time frame that you see a particular support and resistance, that is the stronger that support and resistance is. Now for example, this is the 4-hour time frame, and let's say, because me, I love to trade in the 1-hour time frame. Once I see a support in the 4-hour time frame, I don't care what the trend is telling me at that point in the 1-hour time frame. Support is actually the father of trends, because support can change trends. It can begin a new trend, it can start a new trend, respect it than whatever trend you're in, especially when it's coming from a higher time frame than the time frame that you trade. Now let me show you guys a clear example. Now if you go to the 1-hour time frame, by context, let me put in the moving averages so that you guys will know how powerful support and resistance is in the market. Let me use this replay feature and let's go to the 1-hour time frame. Now if you go to the 1-hour time frame, you can see that the market is in a complete downtrend. Now because you know that this area is actually a support zone, we will not wait for price to go above the 9 moving average before we go ahead and collect our profit. We know that this point is a support zone. Market is more likely to react to it. So what are we just going to do? We're just going to take our profits immediately price touches this support zone right here. So let's go ahead and play this. Okay, let's go ahead and play this, and you can see, and as you can see, this is the area that it touched the support. Now in this area right here, you can see the effect of this support zone. Market is already going above the 9 moving average and is already going, heading towards the 25 moving average. Now in this scenario right here, you don't need to wait for price to go above the 9 moving average before you go ahead and start collecting your profit, because at that time you have already gone short of some few pips. Now just as the way that we find out support in the market, that's the same way we're going to find out resistance in the market. You want to look for points that the market is mostly reacting to, that immediately the market touches this area, it just goes down, you understand? So that's also one thing that we also have to look out for. Now if you check in this area right here, you could notice that the market is, immediately the market gets here, it seems like it just drops immediately. Then if you still check again, if you check here, just like the market just drops immediately. Now although we could see some exceptions here in this area, so in this area it's just trying to say maybe this is due to like maybe news in the market. Now if we even check in this area, it seems like price wants to start going below the 9 and the 25 moving average, which is trying to encourage a sell. Although if you could check something, let me clean all my drawings because I think everything is getting a little bit dirty. Although if you check something right here, you could notice that it kind of went above this line a little bit. It kind of went above this line, which is kind of conflicting with everything. Anyway, this is not really an issue because I'm going to be showing something that will tell you when points are really valid. Just stick with me on this. I'm going to show you something extra that will also give you confirmation on true support and resistance. But let's use this for example. Let's use this one right here for example. So now let's look at this area in the market. We notice that more of the resistance pressure is within here and it's within here. But if we could notice something clearly, we could also still notice a reaction here. So now any place that you see that the market has reacted to before, there's still a high chance or a likelihood that the market will still react to that area again and over again. Let me use this for example. You can see the market was going in a downtrend, but price still had to pay respect to this level because it came to retest it before it went down. So that right there is a true point of key level right there. Now even if I was in this part of the market and I saw that the market has broken this resistance before, nothing will still not make me to not close my profit in this area, because this is a resistance zone, and resistance zone, support zone, you have to always respect them no matter whatever the trend is, you understand, is always very important. Now right here, I've showed you guys how you can detect trend in the market. I've showed you guys support and resistance in the market. Now I'm really going to go in a very deep dive on how to find the right time to actually enter into a trade. Now this right time to actually enter into a trade will also help you confirm resistance and support zone in the market if they are valid. Now let's go into something right here. Let's add in something. We're going to be using an indicator. So yeah, let's add in the next thing right here that will show you if that particular support and resistance is really true, and if you should go ahead and enter that trade at that particular time. Now the indicator we're going to be using for this right here is called the stochastic. Now if you've been watching me whenever I'm trading, you'll notice that I always have the stochastic on my charts. Now let me show you guys the real work of that stochastic. Now whenever you add in the stochastic, it comes in like this, you understand, it comes in like this. It's not that nice. So what we're going to do is that we're going to change the settings. So you have to come here, go to settings, and then let's change up some things. Now for the K% period, we're going to change this to 10. By the way, if you're on MT5, you see K% period, you not see K% length, you see K% period. That's why everyone called it period. But just change it to 6. The rest of everything is 6. But the K% period is 10. That's the only thing that's 10. The rest of it you can change it to 6. Now once you already have this, just hit OK. Now this indicator right here is actually wonders. I've kind of noticed the RSI trying to do the same work of this stochastic, but the stochastic actually does this work better than the RSI, than the relative strength index. You know, the relative strength index is helping you to find like overbought zone, oversold zone. Now this stochastic will help you find that overbought and oversold zone, and then you went to even buy on top of it. Now let's take it deep. Let's look at the stochastic. Now if you look at the stochastic, there are actually 2 points. There's the upper point, there's the lower point, and there's the middle point. Now on MT5 you not see the middle point, it's just the upper point and the lower point. Now this upper point is called the 80 mark, the lower point is called the 20 mark, sorry, and the middle point is called the 50 mark. These are points where trends change. The 80 mark is the point where the uptrend changes to a downtrend, and the 20 mark is where the downtrend changes to an uptrend, and the middle point is where either an uptrend or a downtrend can really just change at that point. So let me go ahead and clear this drawing. Let me clear this drawing for you guys. Whenever the market is at this point, just know that the market is more likely to come down at that point. Now whenever you see the market at this upper point, just know that the market is more likely to drop. The thing that will actually go ahead and give you this go signal that the market is ready to drop is when you see this crossing in the stochastic. Now if you check here, it's above this blue. Now this is the point that, okay, the trend has changed officially. Now let's go into the chart so that it will not be like I'm just talking and I'm just talking. Now if you check right here, let me show you something. Now if you check right here, the market is in an uptrend. Now the stochastic was not even at the highest point. The stochastic got to the highest point at this area. Now this stochastic now is not telling you that at this point right now the market is more likely to drop. Remember, we didn't even see any support, we didn't even see any resistance there, you understand? But the stochastic told us that, hey, the market is more likely to drop at this area. And at this point, what you want the market to do is to go below the moving averages. Now when price is below the moving averages, let's say price is below the 9 moving average and price below the 25 moving average, and you're seeing the stochastic just going down like this, come on, you can just go ahead and sell this market to the next support zone in the market or the closest key level in the market, and you know, take the trade there. Now you know how I talked about key support zone in the market. This point right here is a support zone. Now I want you guys to look at something. Look, just watch my arrow, watch my arrow, watch my arrow. This is a support zone. The market touched a support zone. Look at the stochastic. The stochastic is at the lowest point, telling you that the market is more likely to go in an uptrend at that time. If you check the stochastic is at the lowest point. Now this is when I know that, hey, I'm ready to take my buy around here. So when I see those signals for a buy, you know, price going above the moving averages and everything, I can go ahead and take the trade. Now, mainly price goes above the moving average, I'll go ahead and take my trade. And I already point out the points that, you know, the market has been struggling, which is this area right here. The market is struggling here, so I'll go ahead and mark it up. And when I see the stochastic getting to the highest point and it's making that switch, I'll just go ahead and know that, hey, the market is more likely to go in a downward formation. I'll go ahead and secure my profits and wait to see the market in a downtrend and go ahead and take the market to the next support. If you guys appreciate the efforts that I put into this video, don't forget to hit the like button. As you guys are seeing, I'm sweating. And if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Join the Telegram, and by the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram so that we can actually get it kicking on there. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. So peace out.